it's mostly not. The fact is, British food is full of spices and always has been, just not the same ones they use in the tropics. Pepper, salt, mustard, those are so ubiquitous you probably barely even see them as spicy. Of course, like I said in the intro, it's always difficult to define what country a food quote-unquote comes from. On a very basic level, countries are made up, and every culture is a jumble of influences from other cultures. The Japanese don't consider ramen to be Japanese, they consider it Chinese food. A lot of what we think of as Indian food was invented in Britain, so is vindaloo also British food? It's a relatively common contrarian take to hear that British food is actually very spicy, way spicier than American food, because these days British people eat Indian food as often or more as the late fish and chips or for breakfast. Hell, fish and chips were originally considered a Portuguese Jewish food, and that was a staple in Britain for decades before people started thinking of it as inherently British. Is vindaloo not British because it uses non-native ingredients? Well, potatoes are non-native ingredients. Potatoes as we know them were invented by the Incas, and they didn't become common in Europe until the mid-18th century. You want truly authentic British food, everything you're used to using potatoes for, you're gonna have to use turnips. And then I will fully agree with you that British food is awful. But when people say British food is awful, they don't mean vindaloo or chicken tikka masala, they mean a vague archetype of cheap, unevenly heated fried food, watery soups, and tough sausages. A cultural construct divorced from actual food eaten in Britain, and I think most people's thoughts on it. British food is a meme, a centuries-old meme that exists independently from people's opinions of what British people actually eat. Don't believe me? Check out this fascinating survey. This is a 2019 YouGov poll of 25,000 people to determine the world's favorite cuisines. Apparently, it's Italian, followed by Chinese and Japanese, which is kind of what I'd have expected. Those are damn good, but British food doesn't score too terribly. It has a 50% approval rating across the world, which is above average for the 34 national cuisines people were asked about. The further you get down this list, the more I think things are complicated by small sample size. How many Singaporeans do you think have eaten Argentine food? I don't trust this 35% approval rating. Everyone loves Thai food except the Saudis, which may also be a fluke of low sample size. Nobody likes Finnish food, it seems, except the Finns, but who's ever tried Finnish food? I have because I've been to Finland. It's alright. It's heavy on reindeer meat. Especially in the north, the Finns really do eat reindeer meat as a staple. It's not just for tourists, like haggis in Scotland. Like, a lot of countries have a weird sort of gross national dish that people within the country don't like much more than foreigners do. Like, Norwegians don't eat lutefisk often. French people don't eat snails often. But Scottish people really do eat haggis all the time, and Finns eat reindeer all the time. That's a tangent. Let's get back on track. British food gets some pretty bad reviews in this survey, but notably the countries with really scathing assessments of British food are other European countries, where the meme that British food sucks is present in the culture. Two of the countries that like British food the least are Germany and Denmark, which sure are pots calling the kettle black. Not that German or Danish food is bad, it's just made out of a lot of the same stuff as British food. Spain and France also hate British food, but their countries are relatively close to Britain that have their own detailed, beloved food traditions. Of course they think they're better than their neighbors. And then the country least likely to enjoy British food, it seems, is Japan, although in general the Japanese people polled in this survey didn't seem to like most foreign foods. And anecdotally, try going around asking